Okay, so today I'm going to show you a really old trick that was created by Edward Marlowe, and this trick is called the push through failure. It was first introduced in print back in 1949, which comes out of an old manuscript or magazine called The Phoenix. Now, there are many variations on this plot, a lot of which are by Ed Marlowe himself, but there's also plenty of different variations throughout the history and literature of different guys tackling this plot. But this version I'm going to teach you was one I sort of thought of on my own, and it's completely self-working. And to be honest with you, here's a disclaimer. You're going to hate me, and you're going to hate yourself for being fooled by this method. So watch at your own risk. Let's get into it. Okay, so here's a demonstration of what this trick looks like. So let's say that we wanted to have a card chosen and controlled. It doesn't matter which one it is, and in fact, it's okay that I see it. It's the 8 of spades in this case. So now we want to give about half the cards to the participant and have them put it in the middle and mix it all around so that nobody could really know for sure where that card is, the 8 of spades in this case. Now, what we're going to do now is demonstrate a sort of push-through sneaky shuffle. A push-through shuffle, all it is a form of a fake or a false shuffle. And I'll demonstrate using face-up cards and face-down cards so you can see the contrast between the two. All right, so now what we do here is we start out like a normal shuffle like this, but what we do is we sneak the face-down cards through the face-up cards like this, so the face down cards are still totally intact, but in the face up half, you see that one card from the face down half was left behind. In this case, it is the card we controlled, the 8 of spades. Okay, so like I said, this effect is pretty much self-working, and I can describe it in 2 words, and that is stripper deck. Okay, so if you know anything about a stripper deck, then you know what I'm doing here. But if you don't, then watch along and I will explain this in detail. Basically, what a stripper deck is a deck of cards, a normal deck of cards that's been sort of shaved down or cut along the sides like this to make the one end of the card tapered, which means if all the cards are pointing in the same direction, when one side is thinner than the other side, what's going to happen now is if you turn one card around like this, you can see that on the side of the deck, you can see one card sort of poking out. This makes it very easy for you to keep control of the card just by simply running your fingers or your thumbs through the side like this, and the card just comes out because of the tapered edge. Stripper decks are very inexpensive, and you can find them at pretty much any magic store online or a local magic store. Okay, so what's going to happen in this effect is that you want to orientate the stripper card so the thin side, the narrow side, is pointing towards yourself in this case. Okay, so it's not going to work if the wide side is towards yourself. All right, always make sure that the thin side, the narrow side, is pointing towards yourself. Now, what happens here is the cards can be mixed thoroughly. It doesn't matter how much the cards are shuffled. You just got to make sure that if you let somebody shuffle a stripper deck, that they don't turn cards around, right? So you want to keep all the cards in the same direction. All right, now you can have any card chosen, and you want to replace it in a way that reverses the card. And the way I do this is when they pick the card and they touch it like this, I just simply turn it face up on top of the deck, end for end, like the 5 of clubs here. Now, if you simply turn it over bookwise, that reverses the card. So you can see if I put it in the deck now, I can just simply, I know where it is because the stripper deck functions. There's many ways to reverse the card in the deck. You can have somebody just pick one like this and then simply do an all-around square up as they're looking at it, and then that will make the card reverse in the deck as well. Basically, you just want to come up with a sneaky way to reverse the card. If you want to go like this, they touch one and then simply just strip it out like this, turning it 180 degrees so you can show it to them like this. That works too. I think those 3 methods I've shown you are the best in my opinion. So any way you want to do it, you want to have them choose a card like this, and then you have them just look at it. Now, when they're looking at it, you say, look, we'll use the 10 of diamonds in this case for explanation purposes. Now, you say, look, I'm going to show you something very, very sneaky that card sharks and gamblers do to win games and cheated games. And you ask them to lift about half the cards like this, and to put their card inside. Now, automatically, since you did that all around square up, and when they put it inside, that card's going to be reversed, okay? So now, it doesn't matter how much they mix the cards around like this because it's reversed, right? So it doesn't even matter where that card is. Now what's going to happen is that you will have them put the cards down, and you want to do this. You want to turn both halves inward toward yourself, but the way you're going to do this is by turning this half face up as you do it, so it doesn't even look weird. All right, so you're like this. So look, I'll shuffle the face up cards in the face down cards like this, and I've just done it. As I turn the cards face up, they just get rotated towards myself. Now, because of the stripper deck properties, when I do a shuffle like this, it doesn't matter how much they're shuffled because I can just strip all the face down cards through the face up half because of the tapered ends, right? But the cool thing about this one reverse card in the face down half is that it's not going to come out with these. It's going to stay behind in the face up cards because it's the one reverse card in the face down half. But you make it look like it's a really sneaky push through shuffle like this. So look, they do this, they push them in like this, and then they just sneak them out through the other side like this. And what you want to do here is really squeeze the cards with your fingers so no more cards come out. All right, so you're like this, and you just want to squeeze the sides pretty tightly, right? Like this, and you're like this. You just pull them right out, and you're not actually doing a push-through shuffle here. You're simply using the properties of the stripper deck to facilitate this. So you're like this, boom, but it just looks like a normal push through shuffle, right? It's crazy. Now, you can show that all the face down cards are intact, and then all the face up cards are intact, besides that one card that we controlled here, the 10 of diamonds. I mean, if you know how to do a push through shuffle already, you want to make it look like you're basically doing that because you want to really emphasize this angle here. So it really does look like a push through instead of, you know, a stripper deck, okay? So you really want to make it look just like this. So one more time, they pick a card, boom, it's the 5 of hearts. About half is taken, the 5 goes in the middle. Reverse it in this case because of the reversal technology of the stripper deck. Boom, 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 you're here. Reveal them in. Now, you act like you're going to do the push through like this, right? But you just square them up right here and then squeeze them out like this because the stripper cards. And then cleanly show now that there's only one card reversed here. I hope you like that. Alright guys, so as always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch this video. It truly does mean the world to me. And so if you learned something new and if you got value from this video, do me a huge favor and hit that like button and sub to the channel. Until next time, happy practicing. I love you guys.